It's 8 p.m. on Saturday night and you're walking into your friend's house for their party. You've been looking forward to it all week. As you begin to see who's there, you automatically start comparing yourself with what others wear, say or do. You can't help it. Then you begin to see how the others are so much more sociable than you, so much funnier than you, and notice that someone you're keen on is there too. Everywhere you look, there's another person to compare yourself with. You wish you could be more in the moment and enjoy the party. But all this comparison leaves you feeling overwhelmed, exhausted and frustrated with yourself. You're standing alone with a drink in your hand, weighing up if you should turn around and leave before anyone notices you.
Comparisons seem so easy to do and yet so hard to avoid. We understand that it isn't always a bad thing, but too often it gets out of control. Why do we constantly compare ourselves to others? And is there a way we can begin to be free from it? In this video, we will explore if there is more to the story on comparison.
Comparison is something so easy to do, but so hard to avoid, especially on social media. So what exactly are we trying to figure out when we compare ourselves to others? I can remember joining Instagram because all of my friends were on it and I wanted to connect with them. But the ability to post photos and see how many likes I got became a way bigger focus for me than I expected. Whenever I would put up pictures and get more likes compared to other girls' images, it would make me feel validated. I enjoyed this a lot and would get so caught up in it that I'd spend lots of time planning and editing the perfect image to ensure that I'd get more responses than others. I was so concerned about this that if I posted something and it didn't get as many likes compared to other girls, I'd delete mine. I did this so that I wouldn't see how badly my picture might end up rating compared to others. And it was to remove any evidence that would seem to tell me I didn't look good enough when compared to others. But this need to feel validated was still there. So I'd find myself again trying in the future to edit the right image in the hope of comparing well enough to get the validation I was after. If I'm validated, I feel like I have value and worth. And if I have worth, it's like I mean something, like I matter. So when we compare ourselves to others, we're all asking the same question. Do I matter?
When I was in early high school, I enjoyed playing basketball and was pretty good at it too. Because it meant so much to me, I started comparing myself to other players to see if I mattered. I'd ask questions like, did I make a difference on the court? Was I worth much to my team? But as I got older, other players started to get taller and become better than me. When I compared myself to them, I felt like I wasn't doing well enough and would begin to feel down about myself and lose my love for the game. At this point, all the evidence before me was telling me that I don't matter. My way of dealing with it was to stop focusing on basketball and start putting more into my studies. This started off strong, and as I improved my marks, I'd find myself comparing well with others again. I wasn't worried about if I mattered on the basketball court anymore, because now I felt like I mattered in the classroom. But this feeling didn't last long, because there was always another subject or test that someone might score better than me in. And so each assessment felt like it was challenging whether I mattered or not. The pressure I put myself under to keep scoring better than others was exhausting. And even if I did score well, I couldn't enjoy it because I was in fear of being caught up at any point by others. No matter how hard I tried, it was never enough to secure my place in the classroom. I was left comparing myself just as much as before and was losing any enjoyment again.
So why is comparison so easy to do? Because we think that if we are better than someone else in some way, we might finally feel significant, important, that we might matter somehow. And we will spend money on makeup, commit time to training alone, or choose study over friendships in order to get that. But it's hard to stop because there usually is someone better online, on the basketball court, or in class. If there isn't today, there will be tomorrow. And once again, we are left questioning our worth. So what can we turn to that won't leave us having to figure out if we matter over and over again?
Think back to that first story. You're at the party, looking around and comparing yourself to others. You're weighing up if you'll stay or go, and you finally decide that you're leaving. But as you're about to sneak off, you hear someone call out your name. You think, oh no, now I'm going to be stuck at the party. As you slowly turn around, you see someone coming towards you. They're waving. It's the person you're keen on, and they look excited to see you. They approach you and strike up a conversation. They begin to chat, joke and laugh with you. As the night goes on, you both continue to hang out. They're so easy to chat with, and they seem so interested in your life. Then suddenly you realise most people have now left the party, but not you. You were enjoying their company so much that you didn't notice the others had gone. And since you spent so long together, it's clear that you matter to them. Then you realise something else. Your constant comparison has stopped.
What we really need to stop comparing is to know we matter to someone who matters. To know that we are significant to someone who is significant. But we know that too often, 6 months later, we see that people we admire often aren't interested in us anymore. In life, people often forget, betray, or even cheat on us. It seems dangerous to depend on one person's opinion to know if we matter. But what if there was someone you admired who was always thinking of you, always supporting you, and always wanted to be with you?
What many people have discovered in Christianity is that God is like this. And when they realised that they always matter to God, it began to free them from constantly needing to compare to others to get an answer.
And when I realised this, I became less concerned about how I compared to others on social media.
This began to free me from constantly comparing myself to others in sport or academics, and I could begin to enjoy playing basketball again and appreciate any academic success I had too.
This doesn't explain why we always matter to God, but it's appealing, isn't it? How do we stop comparing to others? By knowing that we always matter to God. I'd like you to think about this question. If there was a God who we always meant so much to, how would it change how you see yourself?
Don't forget to check out moretothestory.net